Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I hope that all of you were able to get out in nature somewhere. And it is beautiful weather. I know in my area it's been kind of like a little like 60 to 70, and this whole week it's kind of been up and down. And so I will take that. I am happy with that. And it's beautiful when the sun is out. So I am happy when I see the sun. And even if the sun is not out, I'm still happy though. You just can be the star to make the day. I used to get called sunshine a lot at different places that I worked, because of my personality, and I came in to really make their day. And so that's been my name at a couple jobs where they said, "Hey, sunshine," because I brightened up their day. So even if it is rainy out or the clouds are covering the sun, don't let that be the end of the world. And like it's good to get out anyway. So anyway, I just want to say hello to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you are taking really good care of yourself, and like try being positive. That is a hard thing to do, and it takes some time to work on that, is to be positive. Look at the positive side of things instead of looking at, like how things are not working out. Look at the possibilities that can work out. Always look for other ways and options that are available to you. As long as you look around and search those out. So anyway, I do love all of you, and I hope you're taking good care of yourself. And anyway, this is Starlight, and if you want to get a hold of, check my channel out, you can at Starlight, and that's at Kathy with a K Digman, because there's a lot of Starlights out there, which I didn't know. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Thank you for coming by and visiting and giving me a shot. And those of you that still watch my videos and like them or subscribe, thank you too. I really appreciate you too. So anyway, you can give my video a thumbs up. You can share my video. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, if you want, you can leave a message down below. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can at Starlight. Um, froze up on there. Sorry about that. Is on Instagram at 1995 Starlight. I knew something was off. Or you can get a hold of me on Facebook at Kathy with a K Digman Starlight. All these starlights all over. Speaking of Starlight, my name, it is so funny. I am very observant, and these days I'm seeing more things out, because I'm waking up more. You probably think, how do you wake up? Well, that will be in another video. So I don't want to really go too far into that right now. Is like where things are, even though it was already there, is that today I had a very interesting day where I kept on seeing either, different types of businesses with vehicles that, and I love it when I see it. I see it all over because my name, Starlight, you know, like, um, like for instance, Star Tracker might be one of the names, or like my bank actually has a star. So there you can look around after you get done see it. Look around, check out, really when you drive around, look at how many names have the name Star. There's a reason for that, really there is a reason with all the star symbols out there with the name Star in there. I want my license plate say Starlight, but too many letters, one letter off unless I change the spelling, but then it wouldn't be the same, So I try to figure that out. I really did. I want my license plate to say Starlight, of course, and the cops would be able to find me quicker that way, and everybody would be like, "Ah, it's that girl Starlight did it." So anyway, I do love all of you, and today's a very important video for all of you. Everyone can get help from this video, including you. So anyway, I'm just kidding. like how do you communicate out in with your loved ones, your family or friends? There's you must have a, like a family member or a friend, or a loved one, whether it's your husband or wife, or maybe you're in that in between where you're friends and kind of working on the next step of like possibly dating each other, where you get another higher level up, where hey, now we've asked a lot of questions, where that's where I am, like I'm actually I have a friend, like out there somewhere in the world. I don't know where he actually lives, but anyway, what I've learned, and I've learned this a long time ago, really when cell phones came out, I didn't want nothing to do with cell phones. Because I was going through some stuff at that time in my life where, I was taught that cell phones and computers were evil. So I feared having a cell phone, and then, one thing after another, finally, I was like the last one, like on the planet, just kidding. I was like the last one out there, decided, I really didn't want to get one. Um, but because I started a cleaning business, it was good to have a cell phone that way. Like if I'm driving around and my client says, hey, we got to cancel out today, and it could be, anything could happen when you have a cleaning business or any kind of, like if you have your own business or even your workplace, where you could get like a call and say, hey, don't show up, or hey, we got to cancel something, instead of like driving all the way there, and then you find out that, ugh, I drove all the way out there, and like I didn't get the message because it's home on my house phone. So now I do like my cell phone, and especially because it has a camera. I don't have to have a camera. Yeah, I had a camera before the cell phone, and I loved that baby. I Starlight was taking pictures all over the place, like I still do now. I do love cameras and taking pictures, where that's one part that I did like about computers. And, I wouldn't be able to do this right now if I didn't have a computer, so I do love doing what I'm doing here. I am very grateful. Before I get started, is like a special friend out there that really, I was thinking about doing YouTube before, but I didn't know how. I was trying to figure it out, and, like I didn't know what I was going to do. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I definitely wanted to help people. I was thinking about doing arts and crafts videos is one of the things that I was thinking about, and like cleaning videos to help people to have cleaner lives. Starlight loves things clean. I'm not Miss perfect on, like if you came in my apartment right here, right now, actually that would not be good because I kind of left something going, but I have to get that done when I get done here, is because of the time I'm making my videos. It's getting late, so I had to stop something in order to do this video. But anyway, as far as communications, we have like computers, like emails, or like social media like Facebook or Instagram. And weird, this is really weird, where people communicate to people like me on YouTube. So there's so many ways besides your cell phones or house phones, like so how do you communicate? Do you communicate, like on your cell phone, like texting? Or, because some people are really into texting, and me, absolutely not. I do not. Like, they're good for a period of time, for certain reasons, but, like for instance, like when I did have my cleaning company, my business or whatever, is like, like, it was easier to just send a text message, where they're busy and stuff like that, where I could say, hey, like, maybe I have to cancel out, maybe I'm running late, because things can happen where you could be running late. And that really, sometimes I'm running late because I'm working at one job and I got to go to another job, so I'm like, where I'm like, hey, I'm going to be a little longer than I thought, you know, that way I can let them know and see if it's okay for me to still go to their house after they might have to leave, you know. So anyway, what I have learned is, and throughout my life, is really the best communication. The way to communicate is in person. That is my favorite, in person, because number one, you get to see each other. So there's a lot of, facial expressions, a lot of body language, where you can really read into the person by seeing them face to face. That is why I like going to my therapist, so I could see her face to face. I could do that on the phone after COVID, but I really rather see her face to face, that way, and it's better for her too, because then she can tell, because I know therapists, or doctors out there, they get people that make up stories and they might over exaggerate on some of the stuff because they are looking for sympathy or something like that. Where, body language, really, you can tell a lot when somebody is talking and their voice, where texting, there's no face. That sounds like a name of somebody. No face. Hey, Mr. No Face. That's horrible. But anyway, with texting, you don't have a person's face or their voice, where you can't read anything. And then there's people that do the video chats, you know. No, I forgot about that part because if you're doing a video chat with somebody, that is really good because now it's even better than doing a phone call where the video chat is, hey, you get to see them and, not in person like I like, but it's the next step besides, like in person where you get to see them and hear them and communicate back and forth. And so that works very well. And that way, like Starlight does, is, like um, texting or emailing, like either, I don't do emails really, like maybe Instagram or on Facebook. I really don't like the texting at all, really. Like on Facebook, it's like I'll say something to somebody on Facebook and I don't go on there a lot to communicate, but when I do, then sometimes, it's not clear to the person, and because I try to shorten it up so much that I left a lot of, you know, information out, where now that person's like, I'm trying to understand what she's trying to say. And, where sometimes guys will, or women will say, hey, what can you explain what you meant by that or whatever, which is great. Thank you. Thank you for asking. So if you don't understand something, it is best to say, what, I got your message. Do you mean, because this has happened to me on dating apps a lot, because I love chat. I'm a chatterbox, so I did want to get a job to talk to males really or females really, um, either like a video chat, where I can communicate with them, or just back and forth where the person is there at the time. And then I did a lot of that in my past. Is I was alone. I was single, and I wasn't planning on dating anybody. But because I was alone, I was kind of lonely, and I really, really needed somebody to talk to. So it really helped me out. At the same time, I was helping other, mainly men, because like I was on sites, where guys were interested in females, and I was just trying to find out what they were about. There's a lot of times I didn't even know what they looked like, so I treated them like a human being. It wasn't, I didn't know what they looked like, and I did this with one guy for the longest time. I can't believe, like a couple of years. He got me laughing so hard. He'd seen what I look like, but for some reason he never let me know what he looked like for a couple of years. And so we were seriously thinking about, hey, we've been chatting on here for a couple of years now. Why don't we meet? And it was such a downside because, like when I did actually see him, I was like so like, oh, like I just wasn't attracted to him. So that was a sad thing for on his part and mine because I hurt this man, and we had a lot of fun times, a lot of laughs, on the chatting back and forth, you know. So on those sites there, on dating apps, like things, and that goes with everybody, like, and texting is like to me the worst, really. You can do um, Facebook, where you're right there and that person's with you. So that it's pretty good when the person's there, and that's why I'm not crazy about Instagram unless there's a person talking back to you, where you could go on Instagram and maybe you're the only one sending messages to them and they do communicate with you, but they do not do it on Instagram. It might be their privacy or whatever, that they will not talk to you on Instagram at all. Where if you're the only one talking and you don't have anybody reaching back, I mean, they do communicate with you in a different way, a way that you're not used to. It really can complicate things as far as, um, communicating back and forth, and that's why, like video chat is like really, if it's not in person, person is yay, number one. Video chat would be number two. Like video chat, if you can do that on your phone or on your computer, I know I get a lot of guys on Facebook that wants me to do video chat. And sorry guys, I do not do video chat on Facebook. And I will tell you why. The reason why is because, you ready? I don't need any surprises. Not all men that go on Facebook are gentlemen. And ladies that are watching this video, you might know what I'm talking about, where I have actually have gone on sites before long time ago when I was single, when I was single. I was doing some strange things, because I wasn't ready to have a relationship where, I did do video chat with people in different countries, and we had a lot of fun chit-chatting back and forth and doing adult stuff, and where sometimes, I'm guilty of this, so I'm, like not ashamed really. It was just, I was single. To me it was like safe sex. It was safe sex. I wasn't gonna catch anything, where there's times that where I wasn't expecting things to happen on a video chat where cling, what the heck is that? A guy would reveal himself, but it wasn't his face. So I like, what am I supposed to do with that? So, that is what I did when I was single, when I was lonely. I did a lot of video chats, with strangers that I never met, people in different countries, and it was fun when it lasted, where that's why I don't do video chat on Facebook. I have had many men, like on Facebook, sending me pictures, like not of their face, of course. Then I have seen men do show me pictures of their face, which thank you for the guys that actually show me your face instead of surprising me with something else, and I know the women get so used to this, and really, I can't speak for all the other women, but please, it's not for Facebook, unless you said, hey, like, do you mind if I just, and if I said, sure, show me, that's a different story. Always, if you're a guy that is into like da da da, like with a straight, like what do they call those? those long black jackets, where you don't wear anything under and you're like, ta-da! Please ask the women first. Say, hey, is it okay if I surprise you, with my friend here? And then if they say yes, have fun, go for it, there's nothing wrong with it. You're not gonna, you don't have to use a condom to do that. It's safe, but you got to be careful of that too, because how do you know if somebody's not recording everything you're doing on those things? I thought of that years ago. I'm like, it's kind of too late now. I can laugh now. So yeah, texting is the worst. So if you want to know the best way, in person is the best way to communicate. You get it all. Everything is right there, and and everything looks so much better in person than any camera. I take lots of pictures, and I get so upset even doing this video here. Is I'm like, like I know it could be a whole lot clearer, a whole lot better, but it is what it is right now, and so with that, with like texting can really, there's a time and place for. Sorry about that. I just got done eating, so I had to take care of myself first before I did videos. So yeah, with texting, like I said with my business before when I had it, that was perfect. Like when my kids, like my daughter's so awesome. Both of my kids are, but my daughter, she is such a sweetheart. Anytime like I go to her house, it's like an hour drive to get to her house. It's kind of funny. When I go to my son's, it's an hour. When I go, they live in two different opposite areas. When I go to my daughter, it's exactly an hour. No, I mean just so funny how this lines up like this. But when I do go to my daughter's house, she is so sweet and so precious, and she's always sending me a text message, or she'll tell me at the house before I leave, can you let me know that you made it back home safely? And what a sweetheart, And so there's times I get home and I'm like, wow, like I get home and I she might have not said anything to me. I only got in my house for like 5 minutes, and then I hear something on my phone. I'm like, huh, oh, it's my daughter. She's checking to see if her mommy made it home okay. So she's, I don't know where she gets that beautiful heart from, but she does. Both of my kids, they both have beautiful hearts. So that's a time, like for texting like that. But if it's an emergency, like it is best to really pick up that phone instead of texting. Or, like if you're having a communication problem with your, or if you're having problems with your relationship, in person would be number one. You really don't want to do video chat if you're in a relationship, really, not at all. Unless you're in a situation where you have to do the video chat because maybe the guy that you're with or the girl that you're with, maybe they're in another state or out of the country. Who knows? People go all over, where you might not be able to see face to face. So video chat would be the second best way to respond back and forth. And if it's any kind of emergency, please pick up the phone. If you can't do a face to face, you got to get a hold of somebody, really pick up the phone and call them up. And always be aware, though, this is the part that is hard for me to say this, and it does happen. Like when you really have to really call somebody up for something, this sucks when this happens. Is don't be surprised if they might be busy. That really does blow when you got, you might be frustrated about something, you got to talk and you want to talk so you can clear your mind from whatever's going on in your mind space, and maybe they can't come to the phone right now. That happened to me today where somebody, and this is kind of one of those calls that you don't want to answer, but is that I had somebody called, and every time they called, I couldn't get to the phone. I was in the store. I'm not going to answer my phone in the store. Now, if it was my daughter or my son, yes. Or if I had a sweetheart, that, like a guy, of course, I'm not into women. And I only need one man, I am very content with one, that, like I would answer the phone in the store for my loved ones like that. People that I'm very close to, people that got my back. You know, um, I would pick it up, but I won't be long. I don't want everybody in the store hearing my business. I've gone in stores, I don't know how many times, either the worker in the store is behind the counter, blah, 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 blah. Gossip, 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 drama, drama, drama. Here I'm in here trying to buy something, and they're. I'm like, what bad business this is. Really, this is really sad when I go in here and I want to buy, I wanted to buy a wig, for myself, which I have one right here. You can't see her. I could actually show you my friend over here. I do have a friend over here. Are you ready? I'll just show you really quick. Starlight is into mannequin heads, so I don't know. She's just sitting there hanging out. You got to see Starlight. She's kind of really slop. Her head's kind of. She's not really sitting very good right there. You got a really bad angle there. Sorry, I moved you there. But yeah, Starlight. She is actually one of my alien girls. I do have other ones, but they're all over here. So anyway, yeah, so if you were far away from somebody and you got something serious to say to them, really pick up the phone, but don't be surprised. Sometimes they might be busy, and then, see, that's where Starlight would say, okay, they didn't answer the phone. Now you can actually either leave a message, and sometimes that's another tricky thing, like when I had clients, for my cleaning business, if it was something serious, what I would do is just say, I don't tell every business on the message, I'm just saying, hey, could you really get in touch with me as soon as possible? Boom, that's it. That's it. You don't have to say any more. Don't want to go, because who knows what's going to come out of your mouth when you're on the recorder. You don't know who's going to hear all what you're talking about, especially if they got a house phone, blah, 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 and it's like, you just want to let them know, hey, can you give me a call when you get this, important. That's all. Bing. That's it. A quickie. And, other things is like with cell phones and stuff is, like I said, if it's emergency, either you can leave a voicemail like I just did like that, or, they might miss that phone call. Maybe they didn't hear it ring. Anything could happen when it comes to phones. So this is when your heart rate might be popping around, like mine was today with a phone call. I had to do a meditation. That's pretty bad when you got to, ah, I need an emergency 10 minutes of a um, meditation for letting fear out of and anxiety out of me really quick, and it worked. It did. So anyway, is sometimes when some people, it's just not a good phone call, and it's like you're not ruining my day. I'm having a great day today. I'm not letting you mess it up. Nope. So, those are, if you do need to get a hold of somebody and you don't want to leave a voicemail, maybe, you can leave it. Then is a good time to say, when you don't want to really drag on what you're going to say, especially if it's emergency, just say, can you give me a call as soon as possible? And then whatever, if you love them, always send love. I do that with my kids all the time. I can't leave them. Like if I'm dating somebody, which I'm not, is that I'm always going to end my messages with love. Start it off with love, and end it with love, because I want them to know how much I love them, So you want to just send a quickie on that, I don't want to say quickie, but a quick message, like to let them know that, like, hey, this is important. Please give me a call as soon as possible. Boink, that's it. And that's all texting. But texting can really, that's the worst way. If you are struggling with communication problems, like in, even, so yeah, texting is the worst. But like even like on Instagram, like I said earlier, is Instagram can be really complicated if you're the only one out there communicating, like and they're not there at the time, and they might get your message, who knows how many hours later after you sent it, and they might be the person, like I said, they might not respond back to you. It might be a privacy problem because, as, like, I don't believe it. Like they say Privacy Act. What's that? Have you heard of the Privacy Act? Do you even believe in it? Ever since everything went from paper to computer, you might as well forget about Privacy Act. Like, because anybody can hack into your stuff and get all your personal information anyway. That's why I never wanted my doctor records on the computer. You know, um, Absolutely not. I didn't, I was not, I still get my mail delivered to my house for my bills. It's easier for me to remember. I don't, I just had 3,000 something um, messages on um, my email, which I just deleted all. Did I read any of them? Absolutely not. Of course, it took me a while to delete those, where I don't check. I got so much junk in that stuff, it's like, so email is the worst for me because I'll never find you in my email, which I have to actually respond to something soon, because of something that's a secret. But anyway, yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else like Facebook. I covered like Facebook is good because you're back and forth with each other, like but and you can do the video chat if you dare to do that, A lot of times guys will ask me about video chat and here I am in my jammas, my hair is upside down, I'm ready for bed. It's like, really? Just because you see me on the video like this, that don't mean like I look like that 24/7. There's a time that Starlight lets her hair down. Right now, I just actually got all nice and cleaned up. So right now I look good because I did. I just got cleaned up for the night, and and that's funny with guys, and like mainly, I would have to pick on the men for this one. They think that the women always look good 24/7. No, believe me, I got my morning. My mornings way too soon. What cocoa butter will do. Like it's so amazing. I love my cocoa butter. So yeah, and then there's the coconut oil. So yeah, it just very wise really when it comes to communication. Video chat, I mean if you can't do, like the in person is number one. Video chat would be two, the second best way to communicate. The cell phone calls, or house phone, like where you can hear the person's voice, to hear their tone, because tone really says it all. And sometimes, like, I'm not going to mention anybody names, but sometimes people will call me up on the phone and, I will ask them a question. I learned this from other people, like, hey, like, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, okay. Well, like, you get their, it's a trickery, that people use first, you want to do something with them on the weekend instead of saying, hey, do you want to do something on the weekend? First, you want to check, are you doing anything for the weekend? Do you have any plans? Like, and then you can ask, hey, do you want to go hiking? And so it is funny to hear people and how they respond, like, and, because really when you hear the voice, if you hear pause too long, the wheels are turning. That's not really a good sign when it's like, because you caught them off guard with whatever, I love doing that to some people sometimes. I'll be like, just not beat around the bush at all and just, just, in texting where that's one of the parts that I like about texting is because if somebody is texting you, which I don't like texting because that means I need both of my hands. That means I gotta actually sit down and text. Where on a phone, I can actually have my, like I can actually walk around. I can walk around in my room, in my apartment. I can actually have this hand free and I can do stuff. Where texting, it's like, da 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 da, pew. Or even on a computer, you're hands free. You don't have your hands, well, actually, your hands are occupied doing the emails or, that's why, like certain things are better than others. But with relationship issues, really, and it's best like if you do have an issue going on with a relationship, really the soonest. But you got to be careful with that. You don't want to. Sometimes you do have to maybe meditate a little bit, because you don't want to get too jumpy. If it's an emergency, yes, that's a different story. But you still got to keep you cool, But if it's a relationship topic problem, is that maybe you need to take a breather a little bit, like let them get home and unwind, let them get their shower. You don't want to have a habit of always, like when they get home, is to hurry up and, maybe you had a problem with a family member or a friend or somebody, you don't want to hurry up and wait until they get in the door to hurry up and tell them all your problems first thing they come in. And if that can, and if they don't correct that problem and it ends up being a habit, and then you end up making a habit of it, it could actually, a lot of times the men will end up wanting more hours, to avoid you at all costs. Take it from somebody who knows that stuff. I did that before when I had my kids. I had a stress day with my kids. I had three of them at the time, a stepson and my own too, and where they were acting up, and I got stressed out, and like, and it's just that does happen with moms and dads where they can get stressed out with the kids, yanking your hair out of their heads, like they're fighting over nonsense, and they're not listening to me. I already took care of business, and where now I'm all stressed out about the whole thing, and you just want somebody to talk to, and where really you might have to really just calm yourself down. And like I did today, is I did that 10-minute even though I really, um, a couple, I believe a couple meditations this morning. I did a couple last night, like really good, powerful meditation this morning. After I did that one this morning, you would have thought that I would have been good for the day. But once I got that phone call, somebody called like, in a matter of a half hour, left three to four messages on my voicemail. And I'm like, red flag. I deleted every single one of those messages. Psh, I know it's not a good thing right there, you know. So I did get a little anxiety and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let this bother me today. I'm in my car at a Walmart meditating before I even go in to do my shopping. I was thinking about checking those voicemails out and I'm like, absolutely not. I know it is not, it's not a good deal. So you got to really, like really think twice, especially when you're dealing with relationships, how you're communicating. And I know my biggest area is that either I'm not clear enough on what I am saying, and or I word things in a wrong way that I didn't mean the way it came out. So that's why it's so important. If you don't know what somebody is talking about, really, please, like ask them, what did you mean by what you said? Maybe they are having a bad day. I definitely, really, to be honest with you, I had, it's been like almost like a whole week, that I've been a little off, to be honest with you, so when you have weeks like that, and that's why I made a video recently, is that sometimes you need to take care of yourself because maybe, you don't want to make things worse, by saying the wrong thing. If you got to clear some energy out of you, wherever the stuff comes from, I go out in different places. Maybe I'm picking up something. I'm doing the meditations in the morning. I do them at night. I do affirmations, like, where, you can pick up some energy somewhere and where your thoughts are a little off, So, and that's why sometimes, you do have to focus on yourself and spend time with yourself. That way you don't say the wrong thing and to hurt somebody even further. So, really think about that, like how to communicate with others and be really thoughtful of those people that you reach out to because they do have feelings, men and women. I do know a lot of women act like men don't have feelings, but there are some of them. I do know that really they have big, huge hearts, and they are empath, and they do have feelings. So like ladies, and I'm saying this to myself, I could cry on this topic. Really, is that we have to be really cautious of how we speak to the men. They even though there's a lot of men out in the world that act like they're big and brave and tough and nothing ever bothers them, they do have a beautiful heart too, and they do have feelings. There's some that have stronger feelings and like than other ones. Some of them might be really tough, like and they might have their heart closed up, where they act like nothing ever bothers them, and those would be the type that are going to respond to you in a really rough way, because that you could offend them easily. So be thankful for the beautiful guys out there and women. Even guys got to be careful with the women, of course. You know that women are very sensitive. I know I am. So you do really have to really think twice of how you are communicating with your loved ones, whether it's a family member or a sweetheart or, like maybe you're just friends, like really my angels have been telling me this a lot is to be careful with what I say. I've been getting messages from them every day, like either through my dreams or numbers, like, and I have to really think twice. Um, and it is even harder for people also that might have not have had a great education, where they might struggle with wording things the way they really wish they would come out. So everybody has to understand like where like where everybody is, where there might be other people that are out there that are very highly educated and it's nothing for them to communicate like texting or like sending emails or using Instagram or Facebook, like where they are very well educated and they have no problem in that field, but not everybody is like that, So you really have to think of all the different parts of the whole thing when it comes to communication and really know when it is best and, like to say thank you to those people that do reach out and maybe that, maybe you had a lot on your mind when you wrote, where that's what happens to me. I got like 5 things or even more that I want to say to somebody on a text message or I don't, not text message, but like on an Instagram or Facebook, not so much Facebook, but really Instagram where I'm like, I want to say this, I want to say that, I want to that, and you want to say all this stuff. You want to first reach out to that person, let them know a little bit, hey, how are you doing, blah, blah, blah. Let them know whatever, depending on the day and what you're going through. And then you got, like, so there's a lot going on in the mind space and your thoughts and you're like, and then how much time do you have? You're like, I am in the middle of something right here. I'm trying to reach out to you. I got like food in the kitchen cooking. I gotta, like I gotta make a video later, like I gotta, like get my dishes done. Like time is ticking and here I am, trying to hurry up all this stuff that's going on and just get it out there and send that baby out so I can, reach out to you. And by doing that, things might not come out the way you really want them to come out. So you really do. You gotta, like and I don't even reread my stuff, like to see, how did that sound? And like with Instagram, once you send the send button, like it only will let you write so much, and then you get to send it, and it's like you're hoping that everything got out right. That's all you can do is to hope that, oh, I hope that went out okay. But anyway, I know that this is a long video, but it's a very important video for communication and the do's and don'ts, so anyway, I do love all of you, and This is Starlight. You can like this video. You can share it with a friend or family or a loved one, you know, whoever, your dog. And plus you can subscribe. Don't forget I did the notification bell. I forgot that. I have it right here. And anyway, also you can leave a message down below. And I don't remember, but you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, if you want, you can you can follow me on Instagram. I will respond if you write me, you know, write to me, and you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I do love all of you. I hope you enjoy. I hope you really get a lot of good help out of this, and I wanted to do another video tonight, but really I am busy right now. I have to actually send this baby out, and that takes hours to do this. So anyway, I do love all of you. I hope, you know, like we're going to be coming to the weekend soon. This baby will be getting sent out tomorrow. And anyway, I hope you enjoy your night or day, depending on where you live. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.